Kia ora team and welcome to episode 28 of Yarns with Beef and Matt, brought to you by LSKD and Frog Grips. I'm Beef.
I'm Matt.
And today we are joined by three-time CrossFit Games athlete. She's the other 50% shareholder of the fittest couple in New Zealand, even though they don't live here anymore. And she's the Kiwi powerhouse taking all the Aussies to glory. It's Marnie Sykes. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you for that introduction.
Yeah,
No worries. What's your day been like so far?
So finished off the morning training with just a bit of like monostructural stuff on the rower and then some skill pieces and then scoff my face with lunch and then now I'm talking to you guys. It's
Good.
like 1:20 in the afternoon here.
yeah.
So
We
a
finally
little bit
tracked it
earlier
down.
than you.
Yeah, we've been
finally.
trying to get this one since last year, so stoked to finally
Yeah, I
get
know,
you on
I'm
the show.
terrible.
It's
Terrible
fine.
at responding.
But insider information, Marty was going to be our final episode of the year, but we
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
Now I'm episode
that's all right.
number 28 now.
Was it Royce pushing the time forward today, or what's been going on?
Well, yeah, I was just trying to team it up with team training. So we now have team training at 3. So I'm like, okay, I'll just quickly go home,
Yeah,
have a chat to you guys, and then go back to the gym. So it kind of worked out well.
we do appreciate it because we do obviously want to work on the athletes' time schedules, but the original time Beef would have been home at midnight, and I was like, oh, because he.
I know.
I was like,
I
oh,
always forget you guys are 3 hours ahead.
Yeah, it's wild.
So yeah.
bloody New Zealand.
Bloody-
Anyway, actually, before we get too in depth, I want to know off the bat: is this the Torian team that's going to Torian?
Did you see Royce's story not that long ago?
Probably.
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably tap through it. There's always millions of them.
Feel free to elaborate.
He posted up like a team photo, but it wasn't me and it wasn't this other person, and everyone was. It was actually Bryony, Chalice, and Will Kearney,
Mm.
and Royce and Christee, and then everyone was like, "Wow, this is the new team. This is so cool." And then I got all these messages saying, "So you're going indie? Like, what's the story? Is it all true?" And it was so obviously cropped, like
Oh, really?
photoshopped to the max, but people believed it was crack up. It was amazing. But no, I am going team again this year with Royce, Christee, Jack, Jeffrey,
Mhm.
and myself. Yeah, so it will be cool. Yeah, pretty exciting.
Yeah, hard out. How are you? How confident are you feeling, knowing that all these other Oceania super teams have just come out of
I'm
nowhere?
so happy that there's so many good teams now this year because it makes it a lot more competitive.
Mm.
And it kind of, so last year at Torian, we were kind of expected to win. There was a lot of like pressure for us to win Torian and almost do well at the games because we were, I guess, seen as the top team in Australasia. But this year it's a little bit different because we have now Calm Porter's team, um, which will be so cool. It will be so cool. I'm so glad they've come to the party. And then of course you've got 2 other Torian teams, and I think Danny Ford's forming a team from the Mount.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Um,
with actually, yeah.
I don't know if that was a secret or not, but
No, I don't think she's not been keeping it very well. There's been real subtle hints, but yeah, it'll be a good team.
yeah. So
Anyway, how we normally like to start this, I just want to get that out of the way. So we all know, you heard it here first, Jack Jeffries joined the fold.
yeah.
So let's take it back. We've had you on before with others.
Why?
This is our first just Marnie chat, which is good. I really wanted, we
know.
both wanted this one. Let's throw it back to the young Marnie. Growing up, where did you grow up? What was she doing? The younger version of yourself.
Younger version of myself. So if we go back, I guess the school days, I like literally played every sport you can think of. I was very, very sporty, and I just wanted to do everything. Like every day I'll have a different sport I'll have to attend to, whether it's badminton or netball, rowing, soccer,
Yep.
basketball, like everything. So I guess I've always been really sporty, and then I took up running, so running like half marathons and getting really competitive with that. So it was between running and rowing. So I am more of an endurance athlete. And then I joined CrossFit when I was studying in Dunedin.
Oh, nice.
And like you, I think Jack Facer, yeah, Jack Facer was my coach.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and fell in love with CrossFit and was doing that every day. And then when I finished uni, I did this horrific like job working in the orchards, and it was like from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then I would go straight to CrossFit after that.
Oh, wow.
And I was just so tired, but I love CrossFit so much. I just had to go.
Yeah.
And that's when I was training with Kevin Manuel. So I was being able
Whereabouts
to
was that?
train with him was cool.
Up at
That
the
was
mount?
in Hawke's Bay.
Oh, okay.
No, Hawke's Bay.
Oh, were you working at his orchard?
No, not
No.
his orchard.
Yeah.
It was like laying down reflector sheets. So it was very physically demanding. Like we had to run up and down all these like rows of apple trees.
Yeah.
And then and yeah, would go to CrossFit after that and try and like beat Kevin Manuel at all these workouts, but he was way too fit. So
Yeah, what a guy.
smashed, but
He's got an
No.
amazing story. I'd love to get him on. I know it's your show, but he got run over by an excavator. Eh? Did you know that?
I heard of something like that, but
Yeah,
isn't it ridiculous?
I know, and then he qualified for the games like 2 years later or something like that. Like it crushed his leg a bit. But yeah, anyway, crazy story.
Oh wow.
News for me too.
Yeah. Anyway,
So you've always had a massive sporting background. Where did that come from? Like, did you just have a crack and love it, or did your parents or family around you?
Well, I've got 3 younger brothers, and they're very arty. They're not sporty. They're arty. I'm the only sporty one. So I actually don't know where I got it from. I just started I just had to do sports. I think it was, I just surrounded myself with lots of sporty friends at school. So, and it was kind of like a popularity kind of, if you were doing sports, you were cool. So,
Yeah. So you've got the biggest back squat at the dinner table.
of course I do.
wow, called out, boys. What school did you go to? Whereabouts in New Zealand did you grow up?
So I went to a school called Royce Dunne.
No idea.
It's like a very alternative school.
That sounds pretty oldie. Wow.
Like it was, we didn't have NCEA. We just
Just turned up, have a
had
crack.
our own
True.
No, it's like they believe in like really well-rounded people.
Where's
And
this fucking
so-
school?
It's in the woods somewhere.
Are you sure it was a school?
No,
You weren't part of a cult? Like,
I think it was a school.
wow.
But it was it was in Hastings, Hawke's Bay.
Right.
So a lot of the learning was physical learning, so we were outside learning. So yeah, I guess that's why I'm so sporty. It's 'cause
Outside,
we're
starting
always
fires and
outside.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chopping down
Everywhere.
trees, building churches.
So-
It sounds
Just
like a cult.
slaves.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay, so you're not
Or
actually
slaves.
Yeah.
you're not actually from Christchurch. You're from Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, yeah. So born in Hawke's Bay and moved to Christchurch. Would have been like around 2013, 14,
Nice.
Okay.
and then was there until 2020. or the start of 2022, and then moved to Brisbane.
Yeah.
How good. So did you move there to study? Is that the original idea? 2014.
I moved, yeah, pretty much. Like I studied in Dunedin, but
Yeah.
I would always pass through Christchurch
Right.
and really loved Christchurch. And there was at the time a really good CrossFit gym in Christchurch, so that's why I moved to Christchurch after university in Dunedin.
Right.
And that was 6'4"
Mm-hmm.
fitness. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So 6'4" was the original team that you were on when you first made the games. Since
Yeah.
then, you've been on 2 more teams. Has individual ever been in your sights?
You did say it. I heard you say it
pretty sure.
out loud. You and Maddie both said, locked in next year, Indies.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know, but I'm such a pushover. Well, I'm not a pushover, but
That's that cult coming back
don't know.
again.
it is the cult coming back. I was very, very close, very close. Actually, I said it out loud that I was going indie this year, especially after Down Under. I had such a good time at Down Under, and so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going indie this year. This is the year I'm going to go indie.
Hey, mate.
Hey,
Right.
buddy.
And so, yeah, I don't know. I think we just got talking again, and obviously I was a little bit put off from last year, just over what happened as a team. So, yeah, it was a very hard decision, but in the end, I chose to go team again, and partly because there's so many cool teams joining this year. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, 100%. We will get into this team because this is an exciting team in that. But we've talked to Brandon and Royce about last season. Be good to get your thoughts on it. I know we talked about it a little bit, but you say there like it was a bit, you're a bit put off from last year. Is it like, does it leave a bad taste, or like what are your thoughts on last year? Obviously we know it came to a bit of an early end.
I think it was just we had such a big build up for our team, and we set the goal as a team to place top 5 at the games. That was the goal, and we worked so hard. Obviously trained as a team very often, and Swanee, I just need to let my dog out. She's being a pain.
No stress.
Come on.
And welcome to Yarns with Beef and Matt and Marnie's below.
Yeah. Her name's Tia, by the way. I called her after Tia too.
Oh, really?
Oh, the goat.
Yes.
So cringy, but
yeah.
No.
Sorry, just when you went
Anyways,
off screen,
where were we?
I was tracking down your can. What are you drinking there?
Oh god, I should have put that out of
just on the sauce already.
Yeah.
It's all right. There's no sugar. It's fine.
That's the secret,
sugar,
team.
so.
Get that in you, and you'll go to the games. Anyway, sorry. Carry on. Last year.
So yeah, I guess we had a big build up, and I didn't even think about our season potentially ending. It wasn't even in my head. So that's why it was such a shock when it happened, because I didn't even prepare myself for what if we didn't make the games at Torian, or what if one of us got injured and then we couldn't participate at the games. So I guess I was just a little bit shocked and really gutted, because I felt like our team would have done really well, and we weren't able to showcase our hard work at the games. So I guess, it was just very overwhelming, and I was like, well, if I go individual, then it's just me. If I get injured, then I guess that's just me. it's just a bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, persuaded to go team again. So yeah.
It might be a touchy subject, so feel free to beat around the bush a little bit. But when we had Brandon on, he did publicly state that if you guys wanted him back on the team, he was ready. Was that ever an option?
It was definitely like it was. Last time I saw him, he goes through phases. He's retired and then
Mm.
he's out of retirement and he's retired and he's out of retirement. Last time I saw him, he was retired.
Right. Okay.
And so we were like, okay, well, we don't really know where Swanee is at. And also his elbow is still not 100%. Like he can do most things, but I
Mm.
don't think he can push it like what he could before the injury.
Okay.
So we had to take that into consideration as well. But
100%.
of course, I love Swanee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Swanee, and I really enjoyed him on the team, and so it will definitely be different without him.
Yeah.
But again, we just don't want to take that risk, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the kind of guy Swanee is, I doubt he is at all, resentful of the fact that you've got Jack, who's obviously an amazing athlete.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he'll be supporting either way. And on that, like everyone thinks they've got one more season. When you get
Yeah.
to that certain age, you always I got one more season, got one more season. It's so tough,
Yeah.
especially when you've been to that level like he's been, like you guys have been. It must be so difficult to actually go, I'm retired. So
Uh, I try not to think of that about that myself
yeah,
because I'm in my 30s now, and it's like, oh, if I pass my prime time, I don't know what I'm gonna do after CrossFit. It's so scary.
yeah,
But I try not to think about it. I just kind of listen to my body.
yeah,
And I feel like I'm still improving each year, so it's a good sign. I can still go for
yeah, 100%. 30 is the new 20, man.
it.
Don't worry about it.
I was waiting for a comment from you.
Nah, I say it enough.
No, that's good. So yeah, if we sort of went around the question a little bit, do you reckon you will actually give indies a crack?
100% I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm saying this now and I'm going to say it live. This will be my last year going team.
Okay.
So
Clip it.
What's the timestamp? No, that's cool. That's really exciting because Matt actually brought it up before we were talking before we started. But yeah, you're like one of the most decorated Kiwi CrossFit athletes up there with the likes of Jamie Green, Jamie Simmons. So
Like
Oh, cool.
you've been to more games than Ruth Anderson Harrell, and she was it like before Jamie got on the scene. So yeah,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you look at your actual accolades, you're one behind Jamie. To be fair,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Thank you.
We should get some like rookie
Um,
cards made up, like what Zombie did for the Australasian
yes.
athletes.
That would be cool.
Yeah, right up.
Yeah. So next year is the year, and I'm hoping that we'll get 4 spots.
It's
There's
coming.
a rumor going around if most of the other Mayhem team, I think it's Emily DeRoy, Cara Saunders, and who's the other one? Someone else. Um, Someone else. If they all do the individual qualifiers, then then the women get 4 spots.
Yeah, I did
But
see that.
I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, do you know much about? I saw a post CrossFit put up last year about this coming season, and it said like the spots available was they had like minimum at the start, so it was like minimum 3 for Oceania for males and females and stuff. So,
Mm.
is there a framework in place now? Because if you went through and added up all the regions, it was less than 40. I think it was 32. So it's like there's 8 extra spots
Mm.
there potentially up for grabs. Is there like a framework around how that's going to work? Is it a numbers game?
I really don't know how it really works, but I think it's based on our performance
Mm,
in the Open and the quarterfinals.
Okay.
yeah.
So if we perform, I think in the top, if there's a lot of us that are placed in the top 100, in the quarterfinals, then that's all tallied up, and then we get another spot. But I think we have to place quite high in the quarterfinals. Yeah.
I wonder how that's going to change athletes leading up. Obviously, the Open is sort of a given. Quarterfinals is where the games athletes sort of start to try, per se, because they are just at another level during the Open, so it's a bit of a given. But that'll be interesting to see how hard people train and try and get more numbers to the games.
I know, it will be interesting, and it'll just be interesting to see what the programming is like. There's always a different movement each year, whether or not they're going to stick with their double crossovers and all that kind of.
Well, they haven't really done anything on main site, so like if you keep an eye on main site, but I think Dave's going to have a lot more to do with it this year. He's sort of been,
yeah, which is cool.
Yeah,
I like his programming.
Oh shit, yeah, it's good to watch. Yeah.
But just on your accolade as one of the best Kiwi athletes we have, I got quite excited. We were talking to Khan last week, so we found out the news about Team Thunder from Down Under about 2 hours prior to them announcing it. But I did like what he said about they want to be the first all Australian team on the podium at the games. And
yeah, that's pretty cool.
You have been a part of an all Kiwi team, but we didn't quite get there. If there was an all-time all Kiwi team that's going to stand on top of the podium, who's in it? Who do you reckon?
Me, Bailey, Jamie Green, and
in their prime. Like you getting
in their prime. Yeah. Probably Kevin Manuel.
I would have gone James Connu.
Oh yeah, he would be good too. Yeah, I just think I've looked up to Kevin for so long. Yeah, just because I train with him, so it would be cool. And he made it to the games. He did well at the games. Yeah. So
that'll be a sick team. I saw you wincing there. I thought you were waiting for her to say Matt.
Well, listen, I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to bring it up, Marnie, but me and Bailey have gone toe to toe before, and I beat him. Listen, you know.
I told him not to bring this up again, eh?
How often does he bring it up? Like, Marnie, you can level with us. How often is he crying about that?
He often cries about it often.
I thought he would. I actually, Beef came up with an idea. So when we did that competition, he was really young, and they scaled the weights. I think he must have been 13 or 14. Like, he was young as. So they scaled his weights. If we run it back, I get to scale the weights now. Okay.
Can you please organise that with Bailey? Can we run it back so we can stop hearing the story?
Yeah.
I'll never let it go.
No, don't let it go.
Anyway, let's look forward to this season. Jack's on board now. How's he? You see him often on Royce's stories, but what's his story? I guess, like how did he fit into the team?
So I've only known Jack and since I've moved to Brisbane, so we're only new friends, I guess. But he's quite new to the CrossFit Games territory. He went as a team last year,
right?
And missed out, like only just missed out from going to the games. So yeah, it's his dream to make the games, so we decided to have him in the team, and he's excellent. He's a really good team member. I think he's better in a team than he is in an individual.
Right.
So yeah, it'll be really cool, and we train together all the time. So that makes it really easy for us. And no, he's a really good athlete, very good at gymnastics. And yeah, high skill is probably his forte.
And his elbows are all good?
Elbows are good.
Yeah. He's been on the scene for a while, eh? We see him on Royce's stories and content quite a bit, and he's done quite a few comps, like peers comps with Royce. So him, like they must gel pretty well.
Those three competition whores. They do every competition.
Can we say that?
Oh, she just did.
That's the first time it's been used.
Yeah.
They know they are.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they recently just did a comp.
Yeah.
well, it sounds like you're in the cult there now too. So you guys are doing fours next weekend?
I think so. Yeah. I didn't realize until yesterday, but
Wow.
that's the
Oh,
plan.
by the way, we're doing a comp.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the team name of that?
It's called Cluster Fours
No, your team name.
in
Sorry.
the Gold Coast. Oh, our team. Our team is Tory Mayhem,
Right.
Because they've got team.
same as last year.
Are you sure?
They got team Nextletica up on the post on socials.
Oh no, yeah, we are. Actually, you're right. Yeah, we're Team Nextletica.
All right. Are you?
Sorry,
do you just get told what to do? Like,
Yeah, I
okay,
do.
sweet ass. Is Royce
I don't
behind you
even know
now
what's
with
going
with
on.
like stuff to say? Is he? Yeah,
Yeah.
No, sweet as. That should be a pretty good comp. Were you guys doing it originally? Because this is the new date. It's been postponed. Were you guys originally on the roster?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think Christy just asked a week ago, and yeah, he added us to the roster. So
Nice.
yeah,
How good? How
Is
good?
it? 'Cause
there's a few good teams doing it.
Oh, some beasts.
oh yeah.
Yeah. We're back, team. We're back. You were saying beef. Sorry.
I was saying.
You were mid question.
Was I?
All right, I'll go. So yeah, Jack's joined the team now. We're looking forward. How are you guys ramping up your training at the moment, or is it pretty linear? How's that looking at the moment?
It's just like pretty. I wouldn't say ramped up, but it's just normal. So we train probably consistently 3 times a week.
Right.
And then we just do our own training, I guess, every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then like I guess leading up to quarterfinals, we'll probably ramp it up to like maybe 4 to 5 times or team training a week. Yeah.
Nice.
Sick. Yeah, with the team division this year, it's looking really stacked. Even the announcement of Jamie Green, her team,
I
is
know.
going to be sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are you guys putting in place? What's CrossFit Torian doing to take these massive super teams down?
Well, our goal is to win Torian, and I think we can. I think because we train together all the time, we know each other so well now. I think that's a huge advantage to just being really good individuals. So I think that's what Khan's team is. They are a good team, but they're probably better individuals.
Yeah.
So I think we'll beat them at Torian. I think we'll give them a good run for their money, and
Right.
that's the goal. We haven't set any goals for the games because we just want to get through Torian first,
Yep.
and then reset and plan for what we need to do for the games. So
Yeah.
yeah, at the moment that's the goal.
As far as games training goes, the camp will be pretty loose this year over there because you'll have Mayhem if they have 2 teams. That'd be even better. And then Khan's team is part of Mayhem, so they will be there too. So that'll be a pretty stacked
I know.
camp.
Yeah, we can't wait because last year we had the privilege of training against the other Mayhem team in Cookville, and so we had like a simulation games weekend, and we were going head to head. So we'll be able to do that with this team.
Yeah.
With the other Mayhem team. So yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, that's gonna be loose.
The camp last year, how was? I mean, you've been to the games a few times. I'd say you've probably met Rich and Team Mayhem prior to last year. But how was it actually training out at the ranch? You know, Rich is around, the other Mayhem athletes are around. How was that?
It was really cool. Like obviously I've seen it on YouTube so many times, and then going there, it was just like, oh, this is surreal. It looks bigger in person than it does on YouTube. Yeah. But it was just so hot, and we were we did lots of stuff outside, and then we had to play pickleball in between training because Royce and Christee are obsessed. So
Have you taken that up yet?
it was. Yeah, well, I get forced into it a lot, so I'm pretty. No, I don't get forced, but um, I do enjoy it. But I enjoy it for an hour, and then I'm done.
Yeah, so not 12
But they
hours.
can go for like they can go for all day. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, but it is a good gym.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, because
gym
you and Bailey
floor.
stayed at the ACOM when we went when we were down in Wellington, hey, and the guy was like kicking us out, but Royce,
Yeah,
Royce and Christy were keen to keep playing. Hey?
I got so into it, man. Like I was sort of, I think we've spoken about it before, but I was sort of like trying to be reserved because, you know, it's like Royce and Christy and that, and you don't want to come off. But I'm super competitive as well. And like as soon as
Yeah.
like me and Royce were on a team, it was loose. Like I loved it. It was good. Good vibes.
It's so good. Yeah, it does get competitive, and
man.
Royce and Chrissy are so competitive. But yeah, it's an easy game to pick up, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. I went on a tangent there. Sorry. Training in Cookville.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, training in Cookville. No, it was cool. I met Rich and his family, and I guess his cousin. I met a lot of people there. Um, but yeah, it was cool. Rich will just be doing his thing while we're doing our thing. He'll mostly be. He went through like a mountain biking phase, so he'd like do loops around his huge property. He has like a massive like mountain biking track on his property. So he'll just do loops and loops, and we'll be training. It's just it was a little bit bizarre, but it was it was good. It was yeah, it's a good time in Cookville. It's all about training because there's nothing else to do there.
All right. um, the
No.
he's made it even cooler now. Like when you go there, if you go there, when you go there, he's got that new like athlete area with like ice baths and it's like locker room and showers and.
Oh yes, yes. So I'm talking about his actual house
Oh right,
where he's got the barn.
not
So that's
the
where we were training. But at the actual Mayhem gym,
yeah
yeah, they have the new athlete area which we trained in as well,
yeah
and they have like their recovery area as well. It's such a good setup.
yeah.
It's so good, and the gym is ginormous. It's like twice the size of Torian, so
That's
it's
loose
huge.
because Torian is huge.
Yeah, and they've just got everything. I know, I
Yeah,
know. And so when you walk into the Mayhem gym, you're just like, this is
next
unreal.
level.
Like there's so much space.
How good.
Costco for CrossFitters.
How good.
Yeah, that's it.
So good. All this team chat, but I did start right at the start with you and Bailey, officially, unofficially, the fittest couple in New Zealand. When can we expect to see you come back and defend the title?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that. Um, I would love to come back and do. Are you talking about nationals?
Nationals,
And
champs.
champs, yeah, both of them.
Yeah, NZ champs. Yeah, I would love to come back. I guess I just have to time it right. I guess it's just a little bit harder being over here. Um, but yeah, I would still because who's now the title? It's Mads, isn't it?
Maddie.
Yeah, Maddie was into
Yeah,
champs, but
yeah.
did she
So,
win Nats though?
Nationals, no, Bailey Rogers.
Bailey Rogers got Nats, and then Maddie got
oh
champs.
yes, Bailey Rogers.
Some
So
hitters,
I
man.
haven't competed against Bailey Rogers.
Oh, haven't you?
No, I was hoping she did it when I did it last, but I think she had to pull out because of injury.
Yeah, she's had
But
a
yeah, I'd love to compete against her.
she's had a rough time with injuries. It's really
Mm.
held her back a bit. So yeah, she wasn't at Down Under, was she?
She was in a team, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
She
Yeah.
wasn't individual, no, she was in a team.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but that would be cool to go over and just see where I'm at against all the New Zealand girls. There's a lot of new new faces popping up. So
Well, it's
it'd be
like
interesting.
literally because of like the likes of yourself and Bailey and that, like putting New Zealand on the map. So many people are coming out of the woodwork. Like on the guys' side, like Johan Roberts, like jumping on a team with old mate Ricky Garrard. Like, you know, he wouldn't have
I
even
know.
like. You got to think that you guys getting out there and getting a name for yourself is showing that Kiwis can do it, because that's our biggest thing, is that we're pretty reserved people and, you know, don't want to have that tall poppy syndrome. But, you know, it's sort of like showing that you can do it as a New Zealander, and we can do it well. So I think it's sick to see.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so cool seeing them compete in Australia. There's more New Zealanders coming over here, so
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, and I think Dean's doing a great job with that, because that was his whole mission, is to get you high profile athletes over to New Zealand, or at least to the Gold Coast, close enough that we can have a crack at them and really test yourself and go, oh, hang on, actually I can throw around with the big boys too.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Exactly.
I think a thank you is in order. So cheers, Marnie.
Yeah.
I'll stop it.
I guess I did have a question here. It's a little left field, but that's my jam. So, what's since you've been in the CrossFit space, what's the biggest challenge you've had to overcome personally?
CrossFit space. I guess for me personally, it would be programming. I've never stuck to one program. I don't even know why. I just prefer to not follow one program. I do so many different programs. I haven't found the one that works for me. I guess that's a challenge for me right now, because I'm on Mayhem. I do underdogs. I do a little bit of proven, and then I do like some of my own stuff that I make up for myself. And I guess the other challenge is that as I've gotten older, I struggle working out by myself.
Okay.
Right.
I need to, and that's why I think I enjoy team so much, because I have that accountability, I guess. Because when I was training as an individual, I had a coach, so it was a little bit different. But from the top of my head, it would be programming and accountability would just be the biggest challenges for me at this stage.
I was going to lead on from that and say, do you have a coach? But if you go individual next year, is that something you'd look at, getting a coach again to keep you accountable?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. I'll definitely get a coach. I don't know how, but I'll just post it on Instagram or something. I don't know, but I'll be looking for a coach next year.
Well, hey, this podcast gets about 112 views, so you never know.
I'm sure Jack Fasser will be watching it.
Actually, if you get Bailey in the frame for about 3 seconds, it usually triples the viewership.
Yeah. Oh, bro, every time Bailey's been on the podcast, we get way more views. So
yeah. I know. He's got a good following, that dude.
It's crazy. Mate, I'll chuck it in as clickbait, eh? But Yarns with Marnie featuring Bailey.
Yeah.
And Bailey,
yeah.
So good. All right.
On that part of program, you said you haven't found one that fits you. Do you think that's possible though? Finding a program that fits you? Is that a thing?
It might be a thing if I have a coach that I trust.
Right.
I guess, that's a good question, because I've always been very airy-fairy with programming and just all over the show. So I think that might be just who I am. But potentially there, I would follow one program if I had a coach saying that this is what you need to stick to.
Yeah. Nice.
And trust the process.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
100% right. Have you been burnt before with coaches or anything like that? You said like you'd need a coach that you can trust. Is that something that's big on you, or am I going too deep here? Do I need to?
Yeah, we're going way too deep. Yeah.
No worries.
We'll circle away. No worries.
Did you have any more questions?
No, I'm pretty tapped out.
Well, so the way we're ending these now is we've asked the previous guest, Mr. Calm Porter, but he didn't know it was for you, to leave a question for you. So we'll roll into that. Calm Porter would like to know, he wants details, he was very specific, your worst date ever.
Yes.
There's definitely a story here.
Oh no. The worst date. Oh god. Well, we're going back. We're going back to the good old school days where.
Here we go. That school she went to.
The cult. Probably one of the most embarrassing date for me actually was when we went to the A&P show.
Yeah.
How you go to where there's lots of rides and stuff. I thought I was gonna be fine, and I was trying to be cool for this guy.
Oh no.
And so he took me on this most scariest ride. And I ended up crying and like fully like embarrassed, and I was just fully in tears, and that was it. He didn't message me the next day. It was done. So
wow.
That would.
Can we name and shame this guy?
I guess. I think he was just not a nice person. Wow. But yeah, he shouldn't have taken me on that ride.
It all
I
had
had the other dates I'm not going to get into. That was just way too embarrassing.
No worries, son.
What's the worst date Bailey's ever taken you on? Nah, just kidding.
Actually, at Partners League, we were talking about what happened after the games, and Bailey told you no.
Something about a banana?
Do you want to spill the beans here?
Oh no, I can't.
You definitely can, Marnie.
Let's just say that we enjoyed our night. It was really good. No, sorry, I can't say.
We will get
Maybe
it out of
if you
them
get
soon,
on again.
team.
Yeah, we'll get Bailey on again, for sure.
Yeah, we got to hear this story. I want to know so badly.
All right. Oh, well, we are going to wrap it up there. Yep. But before we do, is there anyone you want to give a quick shout out? If you're going to give her a shout out, remember it's the sports dietitian. Just
I know.
Just in case.
Yeah, sorry, Taylor. Big shout out to the sports dietitian, obviously.
Nice.
You're my number one. And another big sponsor of mine would be Frog Grips. They're amazing. Use Marnie 10 for a good little discount.
Or YARNS 10. YARNS 10 works as well, just saying.
There's less letters. It doesn't take as long.
Marnie 10.
Just don't use Bailey's. Either one's fine.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's been overused.
Very good. Oh, well, this has been an awesome chat, Marty. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
and,
glad we finally got it done, mate.
We finally got you on.
Yeah.
No worries.
The Marnie Show. We're good.
How good. Yeah, let's wrap it up there. Thank you, Marnie.
Cheers.
No, thank you for having me.
No stress. Radio.